All right. Hello. Hello. Okay. All right, folks. Welcome to a good evening of Coat Locker Racing. We're here at the Nashville Super Speedway. We're going to be doing let's see. We have the Nashville Super Speedway tonight. It's 1.33 miles. Looks like we have how many laps? 110 laps in the Xfinity class vehicles. So I'm trying to, for some reason, it wouldn't let me race, or it wouldn't let me watch. It told me I had to race. So I am trying to fix it and fix my headset because I'm only hearing out of one ear. Let's see. I don't know what happened, but I think my computer is giving me a few issues. So right now everybody is out qualifying. We have in the positions tonight. Let me get this up. We've got Zach Wilson. Let me update it real quick. So Scott Rankin is on the pole at the moment. Mark Brannigan Jr. in the 47. Logan Sturgeon. Let me go ahead and clear these guys out. I'm gonna get everything else situated over here. All right. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 drivers tonight. Myself does not count. We got Scott Rankin, Scott Rankin in the upside down 49 car because somebody from Australia decided to be nice and paint him a car, but they did it upside down. Mark Brannigan Jr. in the 47. Logan Sturgis will be in the 26. Zach Wilson will be in the 51. Jacob Ellenson will be running in the Goat Locker 27. Jason Warren will be driving the 32. Tristan Newman will be in the 50. Connor LaFrance will be in the 13. Chuck Pegleg Feltz will be in the 75. Isaac Mock will be. Hold on 1 second.
As always, good luck to everybody. Logan, thanks for putting the series on, brother.
Okay. So your pole position will be Scott Rankin, Mark Brannigan Jr., Logan Sturgis, Zach Wilson, Jacob Ellenson, Jason Warren, Tristan Newman, Connor LaFrance, Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the 75, Isaac Mock in the number 60, Richard Swavely in the number 40.
Good luck, everybody.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get these controls to work right. I know y'all don't want to see the back end of this car all night. Okay, so we're in the mix. Now, where did I...
Evening, Mark. How you going? It's Scotty here from Pole. How you going?
I'm good.
I was just going to say, like, if you want, during the cautions, I'm more than happy to jump up here and have a chat to you about the race strategy, how everything's going. It's up to you. I mean, the alternative, you can drag me.
Hey, that'll work. I do not have permissions to drag anybody anywhere. So...
No worries.
But, yeah, so, quick question. Did you ever fix your 49 upside down?
No, because I completely forgot about it.
All right. So everybody out there watching, be advised, the Australian is the one that's upside down and showing the fans as you're passing by the right way. It looks right to the fans, but it's not right to the rest of the broadcast.
I was gonna say they even put my tires on upside down. Apparently, there's extra grip on the underside of the tires.
Oh, okay. All right. So, are you looking forward to this race tonight?
This is a tricky track. This is a really, really rewarding track. Yeah, this is certainly difficult. I'm trying to finish off my morning coffee. I'm literally just woken up. But yeah, this track is tricky. It's rewarding. It rewards tire saving. It rewards patience. It's narrow. It's a dogfight. Like, this is, to me, this track actually really is NASCAR. Even of itself, it's perfect. It sort of embodies a lot of those things. All right, man, I gotta get ready for this.
Yes, sir. So, as you've seen, Scott Rankin is in the pole position. He came in. We're looking at his car right now. See, the 49 is upside down versus the 47 there. And all his numbers are at the back of the car instead of up where they're supposed to be. So the lights are off on the pace car. We are running with a choose tonight, and also the restart zone. As they come into it right here, you see the Geico restart zone right there. And away they go. Scott's got a good jump on everybody out there. And he's pulling away, it looks like. So, like he said, he does have some pretty good grip. And we're going to see where most of that grip is going to stay throughout the night. I think I need to turn down the volume just a little bit to the race. Or, no, actually. There we go. So, here they come. Crossing the start-finish line. Scott
49 pits in, I got a jump start penalty.
Oh, he got a penalty on the start.
Apparently the driver in my car is trash too.
So we got... Scott Rankin is going to have to pit for a black flag penalty. Hey, Scott, I think you're still on my channel. Switch over to the other leader, and I want to follow where all the action is. So as they come around the corner, you got Logan Sturgis in first. Mark Brannigan Jr. is still in second place. Jacob Ellenson has moved up 3 spots to take over second place. Mark Brannigan has dropped down 1 spot to take third. Christian Newman is now in third place, moving Mark Brannigan back down the road. Connor LaFrance is in 5th place. Zach Wilson is dropped down 2 spots. Jason Warren has dropped 1 spot. Isaac Mock is up 2 spots. Jesse Winnington has moved up 6 spots in the number 94. Isaac Mock is in the number 60. Tyler Granat is in the 81. He has moved up 3 spots. Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the 75 has dropped 2 spots. Colton Lamford in the number 25 has jumped up 5 spots. Tommy Osborne in the number 1 in the car, and number 1 in the heart has moved up 3 spots. Charlie Gates in the number 55 has lost 2 spots. Bobby Bender in the number 8 maintains at 15. Richard Swavely has dropped 5 spots in the number 40. Curtis Sovereign is moved 1 spot in the number 11. and Scott Rankin has lost 17 spots and is rearing his head at 18. So as you see them coming down the backstretch, they're starting to get in line and work with each other, trying to push and catch up to Jacob Ellenson, who is now taking the first spot. Christian Newman and Logan Sturgeon are fighting it out for that second spot right there. We're watching them come around the corners and down the back. There goes Jacob, and side by side with Christian and Logan. Mark Brannigan is back there. He is fighting his way to get between the two. He doesn't know who he wants to push, if it'll be either Christian or Logan. Finally, LaFrance is still out there looking, following Logan Sturgis. You see them coming out of turn 4, down the front stretch here. Side-by-side action is Logan's and Connor LaFrance. Yep, no, it's Logan and Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has now taken the 5th spot away from Logan Sturgis. Logan is slowly losing momentum and has now dropped to the 7th position. I don't know what's going on with his car, if he's losing power or what, but something is not right with his car right now. It looks like Connor and Zach are fighting it out for that 4th and 5th position. The 94 has moved up to take over the 6th position. He is moving up 8 spots. That's Jesse Winnington as he comes across the line. He's on a move. As you look at the times and everything, the fastest time that last lap was Tristan Newman at 30.92. Jacob Ellenson has a 30.99. But Christian is still back 0.75 and 7.4. So he is trying to make up the difference there between 1st and 2nd. Christian's getting the push from Mark Brannigan to try and catch up to Jacob. You got Zach and Connor working together. They're trying to catch up to the leaders there. I don't know if there's in-car communication going on with the drivers or whatnot. However, you can see the vehicles are working together. The drivers are trying to work together and stay in line and try and catch up and close the gap as they come out of turn 2. We're coming down the backstretch. It doesn't look like any weaving and bobbing going on. All the drivers seem to be holding their own. We'll take a quick look at the leader. Jacob Ellenson has still got a 0.52 lead over Tristan Newman. Just listen to those engines roar as they go flying by. Some of the drivers are opting for the low line and some are opting for the middle lines in turns 3 and 4. As we go into turn 1 and 2, you see Jacob is staying in that middle line. Everybody else is moving to the low line. I think Jacob thinks that there's more traction there. You can see that they're dropping to the yellow line there and hugging it close. Jacob Ellenson still has a .92 lead over Tristan Newman. Scott Rankin is still down one lap because of the black flag penalty. So he is hoping to see a caution come out so he can get the waving round. We'll go through the lineup real quick. It's Jacob Ellenson in first, Tristan Newman, Mark Brannigan, Zach Wilson, and Connor LaFrance round out your top five. Jesse Winnington, Jason Warren, Isaac Mock, Logan Sturgeon, and Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the top 10.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you there.
Well, you hear them talking to each other. Somebody got a little bit sideways. Now they're going side by side. Mark Brannigan and Zach Wilson. Who's the five? All right. Let's take a look. I know who the Kyle Larson car in the quantity is. I don't know who the five is. That might be Tristan Newman. He doesn't have the other 0 on his 5. Yep. So Zach Wilson is now in second place. He has jumped 2 positions. So Tristan Newman has lost several positions there and is back in dropping slowly toward the back of the pack. Zach Wilson is now 1.6 seconds behind our leader, Jacob Ellenson. So Jacob has a good lead as you see them coming out of turn 4, coming across the stretch. Jacob Ellenson has already entered turn 1. Take a look at Jake and see what that difference is between his car and the pack behind him. As you see, coming out of turn 4, he's already across the start-finish line as everybody else is entering into the Geico restart zone. We'll go through the rest of the pack and take a look at some of the other members. We'll take a look at Chuck Pegleg and see how he is doing for the moment, since he rounds out the top 10. We've got Tommy Osborne here. Tommy is rounding out number 12, and it looks like Tommy has a faster time than the car in front of him with a 31.4, where the car in front of him had a 31.45. So Tommy is at 31.34. So just because you're the fastest, you have a fast lap, does not mean you are the leader of the race. He's actually faster than Jacob Ellenson right now. With a 31.47, Jacob Ellenson crossed at 31.50. So you can tell that there's some wear and damage on Jacob's tires right now. But Jacob is pushing it and trying to make the best of it as they come around and coming across the start-finish line. We're already at lap 26 of the 110. We're still green. Scott Rankin is still 1 lap down, and he is praying that he will see something of some sort of yellow flag come out so that he can catch up and be back on that lead lap. Evidently, Scott, at the beginning of the race, jumped the restart zone and got the black flag because he didn't have all 4 tires inside the Geico restart zone when he hit the throttle and gave it everything he had. We're watching Isaac Mock right now as he's going around, making his way around the track. Mr. Mock has moved up 2 positions. After starting 10th, he is now in 8th place. We're switching over to Jason Warren's car to get a good look at it. See that 32 paint scheme. So, while we're still under green and everything, I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement to you. Let you know who our sponsors are. So Goat Locker Racing has brought this wonderful night of Xfinity racing here at Nashville Super Speedway. We're being sponsored by Jam Printing and Promotions, Cruising Classics, Gill Insurance Advisor, Veterans 48, Red Beard Design Company, and the Goat Locker Racing guys. We're on lap 31 of the 110. Jacob Ellenson is still in the lead, but not by very much. He has a 0.2 second lead over Zach Wilson. Mark Brannigan is 1.5 seconds behind. Connor LaFrance and Jesse Winnington are your top 5.
11 pitting.
You hear them calling out the 11 is pitting. Curtis Sovereign is pitting now. I wonder what could have brought that out. Let's take a quick look.
Pitting.
So the pitting
25.
strategies are now coming into effect. There is the Monster Energy drink of the number 11 Curtis Sabian, who goes laps down now. He's now 2 laps down behind Jacob Ellenson. So Jacob Ellenson still driving the 27 and first position. Zach Wilson is in second place. Mark Brannigan Jr. is in third. Connor LaFrance in fourth. And Jesse Whittington is in fifth. Jason Warren is in the number 32. He's sixth. Isaac Mock in the 60. Logan Sturgeon in the 26.
Sorry,
Chuck
Warren. I
Phelps
didn't mean
in
to
the
get back to you.
75. Tyler Granat in the 81. Richard Swavely in the 40. Tommy Osborne in the number 1. Bobby Bender in the number 8. Christian Newman
Thanks, buddy.
in the 50.
Sorry.
Scott Rankin in the 49. Charlie Gates in the 55. Colton Lamford in the 25. And Curtis Sovereign in the number 11. We're at 37 laps of the 110. So you've got to be wondering when, oh, it looks like Jacob might be pulling it down because Zach Wilson just took over the lead and Jacob Ellenson is now 0.2 seconds behind Zach Wilson. Connor LaFrance and Mark Brannigan are still in the top four, with Jesse Remington following the top five. So these guys are going to start looking for a pit soon. Most of the lower field from 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 have all pitted. A couple of them, Colton Lanford and Curtis Sovereign, are 2 laps down. Colton Lanford is now 1 lap down. So he is caught up and is heading around the leaders to get 1 lap down. So Tristan Newman is the individual who is 1 spot down that will get the wave around if a caution does come out. A lot of these drivers are looking for Zach Wilson and Jacob Ellenson to take a pit. Tristan Newman just ran a 30.69, the fastest lap of that last lap. Zach Wilson is 31.72, so you see the difference there, but he's still 1 lap down. Even though he was as fast as of all the drivers, he's still the slowest because he is 1 lap down. We're listening for some of the other drivers to start calling out and saying, hey, I'm ready to start pitting. You've got to wonder what strategies each of these lead drivers is going to have as they come around and get ready for the next pit stop. We see Zach Wilson burning up the tires on that Mustang. He's taking it high and then drops low, going into 3 and 4. He comes out, drifting a little bit as they go into the Geico restart zone. You see him come across the tri-oval. He tries to take it low. They're starting to come up on some more lap traffic there. Zach Wilson is pushing and pedaling as hard as he can. You see the lap traffic there ahead of him. Curtis and Colton Lanford are 2 laps down, and they've got Zach Wilson just trying to run them down and cut them down another lap. I think what he's wanting to do is to get a good lap count on all these individuals so that when he does pit, he still comes out in the lead ahead of everybody else. Because if I'm reading this right and thinking like he is, he's wanting the top 13 to all pit when he pits. That way he can be the first off the line and be able to get back out there before anybody else. He's about to put Colton Lanford down. Oh, no, that's not Lanford. That's the number 8. That's Bobby Bender. He's looking to put Bobby Bender down another lap. And as they cross the start-finish line, Bobby Bender goes down a lap. So he is trying to catch up to Tommy Osborne now and put him down a lap. However, catch Curtis. Curtis is pedaling as hard as he can to get away from Zach Wilson. You know that he is running it hard and has made 43 laps on these tires. That 43 laps on this set of tires is not going to hold out very long. But he is doing something right because he is catching Curtis. They're coming out of 3 and 4. Curtis is crossing the finish line with Zach right on his heels. Zach Wilson is pushing as hard as he can with Jacob Ellenson right behind him. Jacob is 0.6 seconds back. Curtis goes into 3, dropping low. Zach follows right behind him. Curtis comes out just a little high because he doesn't want Zach to get into the draft with him and catch him and pull up to him. You know right now Curtis is sitting there doing some mirror driving. He is trying to say, hey boss, get off my rear end. You're not going to catch me. Do not pass me either. We're watching that leader just sit there and close the gap. As they come out of 4, Jacob Ellenson is dropping low. He's not following in the draft of Zach Wilson and Curtis Sauber. Curtis has got that pedal all the way to the ground. Connor LaFrance is going to the inside of Jacob Ellenson as they come out of 2. Jacob has pulled ahead. He is cut off Connor LaFrance. Mark Brannigan has dropped back just a little bit. He has lost 2 spots from the start of the race. Curtis Sobrin is looking in that mirror and watching left and right to see where Zach Wilson is going to go so that he can try and stay ahead of him. He is trying to make it hard for Zach to be able to pass him. Let's take a look from Curtis's view and see what the back end of his car looks like right now. What it looks like coming with Zach right up behind him. This is the view from the gearbox of Curtis's car. You see right behind him, the leaders are right there. About 4 car lengths right now. Every time that he applies the brakes or lifts just a little bit, it gets to about 2 car lengths, and Zach Wilson is right there. Oh, he touched the wall. That gave Zach the opportunity to go around him. He's bumped the wall, and there goes Jacob Ellenson and Connor LaFrance, and now Mark Brannigan is coming around. You've got to wonder what kind of damage was done to his vehicle. We'll go back to the mix. You know that Curtis is not happy with that. He touched the wall and that just sent everybody past him and it put him down 3 laps. It sounds like Jacob Ellenson is pitting at this time. He said, my tires have had it. I've got to take this pit, get a fresh set. Oh, you see him. Did he make it down to pit road speed in time? Or is he going to get penalized for coming in a little bit too hot? It looks like he is not penalized, and Tommy Osborne is following him in suit going into the pits. So Zach Wilson now takes the lead and is 3 seconds ahead of Connor LaFrance. Mark Brannigan is right behind Connor LaFrance. Jesse Whittington is number 4. Isaac Mock is now 5th. Logan Sturgis is now 6th. Chuck Pegleg Phelps is 7th. Jason Warren, Tyler Granat, they're in the pits with Tommy Osborne. Jacob Ellenson is 1 lap down, but he is coming out of the pits and back on the track. Bobby Bender is 1 lap down. And he rounds out the top 10. Jacob Ellenson is in 11th position. Bobby Bender now jumps to 8th position because Jason Warren and Tyler Granat were in the pits. They're coming out of the pits now. So after that green flag pit stop, we have Zach Wilson, Connor LaFrance, Mark Brannigan, Isaac Mock, and Jesse Winnington in the top 5. Actually, Jesse Winnington just went into the pits. So now it is Logan Sturgis in the top 5. Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Jesse Winnington, Jacob Ellenson, Christian Newman, Richard Swavey are your top 10. The 11 through 15 starts with Jason Warren, Scott Rankin, Tyler Granat, Tommy Osborne, and Charlie Gates. Colton Lamford is 16th. Bobby Bender is in the pits, coming out of the pits now. Curtis Sovereign has been able to lap and get back up to lap 2. He is just 2 laps down instead of 3 laps down. So Tristan Newman is trying to get back. He is back on the lead lap right now in the number 50. Jacob Ellenson is 1 lap down. They are fighting it out to try and get on the lead lap. Christian has dropped back down. He is now 1 lap down. You see side-by-side action with the 47 and the 13. They are fighting it out to see who will be that second spot. And they're coming up on lap traffic right now. Curtis Sovereign is there slowing them down, and he is making it to where Zach Wilson is now getting a bigger gap of 4 seconds on Mark Brannigan.
Thank you, Isaac.
Mark Brannigan is 4.9 seconds back with Connor LaFrance 0.4 seconds behind him. Isaac Mock is 1.10 seconds back. So Curtis is moving to the outside of the track. Everybody in the lead lap is trying to go around him. It looks like Mark Brannigan went around him on the inside. There comes Jacob Ellenson around on the inside also. Connor LaFrance is trying to go around Curtis on the inside. Curtis is staying high just a little bit. He's in the middle of the track. He says, hey guys, I know y'all are on the lead lap, but I need to be up there too. Isaac Mock is now going into the pits, along with Logan Sturgeon, Chuck Pegleg Phelps. They're in the pits.
81, fit in.
You heard the 81, which is Tyler Granat, calling out that he will be in the pits next. There goes Mark Brannigan requesting or telling him he's pitting so that he can go in. Zach Wilson is now going into the pits. Curtis Sovereign needs this time to be able to try and get out there and get back that lost lap that he has lost. All the other drivers are trying to get back that 1 lap down that they were in.
Yeah, not a problem. Sorry.
Zach Wilson.
Over there. Try to get out of the way as fast as possible.
You hear them talking. They were talking about being into each other, but it did not draw out a yellow flag. So right now, Bobby Bender and Curtis Sovereign are the only two that are 1 lap down. Mark Brannigan, Jacob Jacob Ellenson is now the leader. He has taken first position. Zach Wilson is 4 seconds behind Jacob Ellenson. Christian Newman is only 3 seconds back. Christian Newman overtakes Zach Wilson. Curtis Sovereign is there, and he's like, hey guys, I am trying to get up there and get back this lap down. It looks like Christian Newman is in the pits again. I don't know if he got black flagged or not. Are you in the pits because of a black flag there, Christian? We're trying to get an update with the driver. It looks like he is on. Yes, it does look like he's in the pit for a hold at this time. I'm not sure though exactly. I did try and ask him. He did not reply. But he is 43 seconds. He's being held, it looks. So Jacob Ellenson is the leader. Zach Wilson is second place. Richard Swavely is now up 8 positions in third place. Jesse Whittington is 10 positions in from 14 to 4. Jason Warren is in 5th. So Mark Brannigan has dropped 4 positions to 6th position. Isaac Mock is up 3 positions. Connor LaFrance is holding at 8. Logan Sturgis is down 6 positions in 9th. Tyler Granat is up 3 to 10th. Chuck Phelps is down 2 positions to 11th. Tommy Osborne has jumped 4 positions to 12th position. Scott Rankin has now dropped 12 positions to take 13th and is on the first lap. He is on the lead lap. Charlie Gates has dropped 2 positions to take 14th. Bobby Bender is still remaining at 15th. Christian Newman has lost 9 positions to be 16th. Curtis Sovereign has jumped 1 position to be 17th, and Colton Lamford has lost 1 position to be 18th. And both Curtis and Colton are 2 laps down. Bobby Bender and Christian Newman are 1 lap down, and it's a battle between them to see who will be in the lucky dog if a caution comes out. Jacob Ellenson is still the leader. The race leader. Not league leader, but race leader.
49 pit.
You hear the 49 saying that he is pitting now. That would be Scott Rankin heading down pit road. Hopefully no drivers are... There doesn't seem to be too many speeding penalties. We're watching the 26, which is Logan Sturgis, overtake Tyler Granat, and he is now in 9th position. Oh, Curtis cuts off the 81, which is Tyler Granat. Oh, they're sideways. Tyler got bumped. Oh, that might bring out the caution. It should bring out the caution. There should be a caution thrown on this one.
Right.
There should be a caution. Race admin, if you do have the ability, you should throw a caution.
They kept it going green, Mark. They both kept going.
All right. Let's go back and...
I'm not an admin, I'm just saying I was around track where it happened.
Let's go back and take a look at that.
Mark, go ahead. this turn.
Hey, it looked like Curtis pushed the 81 out of the way and got into somebody. That was the reason I was saying the caution needed to come out, but they did straighten it up and keep it out of the way of other drivers. Let's go back a little bit. We're going to watch this one more time. If I can get it to go faster. So as we see, Curtis was not trying to push anybody out of the way. They just came up and slipped right in front of him. Then you see Curtis bounce off the wall and take out the rest of the grass and everything. He's not too happy. I'm willing to bet he is very pissed off with himself right now because he just did major damage to his car.
All good, buddy. All good.
So, Jacob Ellenson is in the lead. Zach Wilson is in second. Jesse Winnington is now in third. He has moved up 11 spots. Mark Brannigan is dropped 2 spots, but is in 4th place. We're watching the 47 or the 42? Oh, no, that's the 40 of Richard Swavely as they go around the track. You see the cars are slow. They're trying to save on the tires and everything now. We're at lap 78 of 110. This has been a green flag race so far tonight. Isaac Mock is right behind Richard Swavely, and he is trying to get that 5th position. But Richard is pulling away from them all. Jacob Ellenson is 3 seconds ahead of Zach Wilson. Let's go ahead and check in on the leader real quick. All right, you see Jacob Ellenson there. There's a good 4 to 5 car lengths distance between him and Zach Wilson. Now that distance is closed up as Zach Wilson comes right up and sucks into him on the draft there. Actually, that's Scott Rankin that sucked in on the draft. Zach Wilson is still back 2 seconds. So we're watching from the bumper and you see the number 11 of Curtis Sovereign trying his best to catch Jacob Ellenson so that he can be able to get a lap down or get one of the laps down, take it, and he'd be back out on, instead of 5 laps down, being 4 laps down. As it stands right now, the lap cars are the 55, Charlie Gates, 49, Scott Rankin. They are 1 lap down. Bobby Bender, number 8, 81, Tyler Granat is 2 laps down. Colton Lamford in the 25 is 3 laps down. Curtis Sovereign is in the 11. He is 5 laps down. Connor LaFrance in the 13 is 5 laps down. Now Connor LaFrance Williams is 6 laps down, with Tristan Newman 15 laps down. You've got to wonder, is Tristan out of the race, or how much damage he suffered in that collision with Curtis Sullivan? You see the battle back there in 2nd and 3rd place between Zach Wilson and Jesse Whittington and Mark Brannigan. Actually, the 81 is Tyler Granat. He is trying to get up there and get around the leaders. He's got fresher tires than the rest of them, it looks like. So Zach Wilson moves to the outside so that Tyler Granat can go to the inside and try and pass. Curtis Sovereign is still there. He is trying to get up there as well. They're going into turn 1, coming out of 2. Curtis is sitting there, and Curtis, Sovereign, and Tyler Granat are now trying to catch each other, or Tyler Granat is trying to catch Curtis Sovereign so that he can be able to get the laps down that he missed. Charlie Gates is currently in the pits. The number 55 has taken a pit stop. We're watching the action between the 81 and the 11 as they go into turn 3. The 81 goes on the outside. He goes on the inside. The 11 stays high to let him go past. The 51 gets cut off by the 11. Zach Wilson is now 1.41 seconds behind the leader, Jacob Ellenson. And he can thank that to Curtis Sovereign, who just cut off Zach Wilson. It is a good fight, however, because Curtis is trying to catch up to Jacob Ellenson and get the lap back. Tyler Granat is on his way, and he is less than a few seconds of getting back on the lead lap. He is less than a second behind the leader. Tyler Granat is trying to make the difference of 0.3 seconds so that he can be on the lead lap. Jacob Ellenson's last lap was 31.44, whereas Scott Rankin was 31.04. He now is trying to get back up there and pass Jacob Ellenson. Tyler Granat is trying to pass Jacob Ellenson with a 31.09. Jacob Ellenson has dropped to 31.6. That difference is what is keeping them. It's not even it's not even 0.4 seconds of a difference. You heard one of the drivers say that they would be pitting this time. I think it was the 25, but I'm not for sure. It is Colton Lamford going in for tires. He might be going in for tires and a splash and dash. We'll see. Tyler Granat has now passed Jacob Ellenson, and that has put him on the lead lap when they cross the start-finish line. Tyler Granat is in front of Jacob Ellenson. He is still 1 lap down, it says. Jacob Ellenson is still holding a good lead over Zach Wilson, who is right there in his rearview mirror. You know that Jake is now doing mirror driving because he just just watched Tyler Granat come up and pass him on the inside. So Jacob Ellenson's got to think, is he going to keep doing this, or is he going to take tires and try and hold off Zach Wilson. We're 19 laps left in this race. You know that the fuel has got to be hurting. These drivers were waiting. I think Zach Wilson put fresh tires on and filled his tank fully, where Jake may not have done the same thing. Because remember, Jake Ellenson went down a couple of laps because he pitted earlier. So Zach Wilson has more gas. As we're coming to the line, you've got to wonder, is it going to be the Camaro or is it going to be the Ford that has the better gas mileage in this race? Zach Wilson is now falling in line with Jake Ellenson, and he is using him to help him pull. Zach is using Jake to be pulled around the track. You have Jesse Whittington right there behind him too. It looks like Zach is going to the inside. Zach is going to the inside, and he takes the lead from Jake Ellenson. Jesse Whittington is right there trying to catch up to the 2 leaders and pull the distance so that he can do a slingshot maneuver also around the leaders. You just watched as Zach Wilson went around Jacob Ellenson on the inside. Now Jacob is diving to the inside. Zach is a little high. Jacob Ellenson is doing the same maneuver and trying to pull up to Zach Wilson, but Zach is pulling away from Jacob Ellenson. His tires are fresher and newer, so he has a little bit more grip and can pull away from Jacob Ellenson. You see Jesse Whittington doing the same thing. He is caught up to Jacob Ellenson and is using the draft to pull him around the racetrack. They went to the inside just a little bit. Jesse Whittington is staying just outside of Jacob Ellenson's dirty air. He's shooting low, coming out of the corner as they come across the tri-oval.
Go low there, man. I know you're on fresh tires. Go low.
Thanks, buddy.
We've got 13 laps left. You got 13 laps left in this race. Zach Wilson is now trying to catch Tyler Granat and put him down another lap. You see Tyler just full blown coming out of the corners. He is trying to put some distance between him and Zach Wilson. He does not want to be down any more laps. Jacob Ellenson is trying to hold on to that second spot. Jesse Whittington is trying to go to the inside, it looks like. He's not got enough momentum to do a slingshot. Jacob Ellenson drops down and blocks Jesse from being able to suck up to him and slingshot around him. They are both pushing each other to try and catch Zach Wilson to take that lead. We're now 11 laps away from the finish line. You know these drivers are starting to wonder how much more can they go? How much gas do they have? Do they have enough to be able to make it? Zach Wilson, it does have enough gas, I do believe, to be able to finish out the race. However, I do not know if Jacob Ellenson does, because he stopped or pitted a few laps ahead of him. Jesse Whittington is waiting for that opportunity of Jacob Ellenson to make a mistake. You see him pull up next to him. He looks like he's going to the outside. He is going to the outside. Jesse Whittington is going... Oh, Jesse Whittington got cut off by Jacob Ellenson while they were coming out of 3 and 4. Jacob Ellenson is diving to the lower corner.
Oh, yellow?
Wait, no.
It is too early for a yellow. None of the drivers want to see a yellow come out right now. We're 9 laps to go.
My bad.
9 laps to go, and Richard Schwabley was just passed by Jason Warren. You hear Scott Rankin begging for a yellow to come out. He is begging for that yellow to come out. He has moved 10. He has now moved up 8 spots, or correction, 7 spots to the 11th position. Oh, something is wrong with Richard Schwabley as he gets passed by Logan Sturgeon. Excuse me. Logan the Fish Sturgeon just passed him on the outside, so there is something wrong with his car. He may have lost some power or something. Jason Warren is being caught by Richard Schwabley. No, by Logan Sturgis.
Hey, bud.
Oh! Richard Schwabley got a little bit sideways and ran into the outside wall there.
No, that's my bad.
Zach Wilson is still leading. Jacob Ellingson and Jesse Whittington are fighting for that second place.
God, if you could get me up here, I'll stay high.
You hear the drivers talking to each other. Let them know, hey, I'll stay high because I don't have enough power. You can be able to go low on the inside. Richard Schwabley is going low. He suffered a little bit of damage. The 32 of Jason Warren is trying to pass Richard Schwabley to take the number 6 spot. Logan Sturgis and Chuck Pegleg Phelps are fighting it out for the 8th and 9th spots. You see him diving low across the infield. Oh, we got one sideways. He held it. He was able to Tokyo drift it through 1 and 2. Jason Warren was able to hold that Tokyo drift through 1 and 2. We are now 3 laps away. Who is going to be the leader? Zach Wilson is your leader as it goes to start-finish line. With 3 laps to go, the battle is back here in the back. Logan Sturgis in the 26. He just passed Jason Warren, and there he goes around Curtis Sullivan. Curtis is now 5 laps down. Connor LaFrance is 31 laps down, and Christian Newman are 41 laps down. Those gentlemen suffered major damage. We are now 2 laps to go. We're on the final lap. Let's go check out the leaders. Zach Wilson is sitting there pulling away. He has a 2-second lead on Jacob Ellenson. Jesse Whitten is right behind Jacob Ellenson. As they come to the start and finish line, it is Zach Wilson, Jacob Ellenson, Jesse Whittington, Mark Brannigan Jr., Isaac Mock, Richard Swavely, Logan Sturgis, Jason Warren, Chuck Pegleg Phillips, Tommy Osborne,
Zach, nice win.
Scott
Jacob
Rankin,
and Jesse,
Tyler
nice
Granat,
comments, guys.
Bobby Bender, Charlie Gates,
Boy,
Colton Lamford,
can we
Curtis
talk about
Sullivan,
this no yellow shit whenever I get a penalty? Like, come on.
Connor LaFrance, and Christian Newman.
Nice clean race, everyone. Nice clean race.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Truck League.
And there we go. There's your winner, Zach
Oh, boys,
Wilson.
well done. Really well done, especially after last week at Bristol. Well done.
He is
Same to you, Zach. Great win, man.
burning it down. You see the other drivers are coming around. Some of them are saying congratulations. Some of them are having a temper tantrum, and some of them are just having a good old day. You see two teammates here, Colton Lamford and Curtis Sovereign, playing with each other. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that we finish out the night. It was Zach Wilson coming in the 51, moving up 3 spots to take first place. Jacob Ellenson moving up 3 spots to take second place. Jesse Winnington moved up 11 spots in the 94 to take third place. Mark Brannigan Jr. lost 2 spots to take fourth place. Isaac Mock in the number 60 moved up 5 spots to take fifth place. Richard Swavely in the number 40 moved up 5 spots to take the sixth. Logan Sturgis lost 4 spots to take to be placed 7th. Jason Warren lost 2 spots to take 8th. Chuck Pegleg Phelps held the 9th spot all night. Tommy Osborne moved up 6 spots to the 10th spot to take home 10th. Scott Rankin dropped 10 spots from 1st to 11th because of a black flag at the start. So just because you're the fastest guy out there does not mean that you are the leader all the time. Tyler Granat moved up 1 spot to take the 12th. Bobby Bender moved up 2 spots to take home 13th. Charlie Gates lost 2 spots to take home 14th. Colton Lamford moved up 2 spots to take home 15th. Curtis Salbrin moved up 2 spots to take home the 16th. Connor LaFrance lost 9 spots and finished 29 laps down, I guess because of mechanical failure or something. He came in 17th. Christian Newman lost 11 spots and was 39 laps down, took home 18th. This has been a Goat Locker presentation. I'd like to thank our sponsors one more time of Jam Printing and Promotions, Cruising Classics, Gill Insurance Advisors, Veterans 48, Red Beard Design Company. I am your host for the night, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. I'd like to also thank Goat Locker founders Patrick Drabick and Jamie Barkus for allowing us to be able to put on a show for y'all tonight. I hope everybody had a good time. Enjoy it. We'll see. We have an off week next week, so we'll see what happens the week after. Everybody have a good one.